Good evening. We are live. We are live. We are as live as we can get. No, I am not Prince Handsome, but this is Keeping It Handsome. Only today we're keeping it handsome with El Nino, as you can see right here. Tonight we have many guests, a lot of guests, very important guests. And we're going to get right into it. Toon Town Turmoil this Sunday. So let's get right into it. My first guest, member, I believe he's the leader of the Forbidden Kingdom. He is a Draven Grimes.
Leader. How many times must we say this? There is no one leader of the Forbidden Kingdom. Matter of fact, I was told I was going to have this interview with Prince. Why are you here, Nino?
Well, you know how things go in show business. Prince had other obligations, and he asked me. Actually, he begged me, please, Mr. Nino, please, can you please fill in? I couldn't think of anybody else to do it other than you. And I'm like, all right, get off my leg. He was attached to my leg, but then that's who I am. I am the guest host. So, Draven Grimes, you are here. You are a TFK member. That is short for the Forbidden Kingdom. Before we get into it, maybe for those who don't know, for those who are not aware, what is the Forbidden Kingdom and what can we expect from them this Sunday?
The Forbidden Kingdom. As you very well know, you are part of a group yourself, are you not? DWI, Dylan Willer Incorporated. Correct?
Correct.
Now, here's where I kind of looked at you guys and was like, y'all have something there, but what y'all are missing is what I was able to find. What I found was a group of talent that had untapped potential. What I had was a group of talent such as your opponent this Sunday, the Rican Ripper, Rip Ruiz. What I found was the Enforcer, Dark Chords, and what I found was James Wolfe. I found three other hungry talent that are ready to take Florida wrestling to the next level. And that means you, Prince, Jose de Gracia, Koba Hannon, even our good friend Steve Pinder will pay the toll when it comes down the line.
Okay, well that makes sense. So so as you put it, you rounded all this talent, this hungry, malnourished talent. And now you've become a force. Where does I'm curious, where does the name, why Forbidden Kingdom? Why is it so forbidden? And how can you gain access?
First off, nobody without the consent of all four members will be allowed into the kingdom. The reason it is forbidden is because for the longest time we were forbidden to get on the ring. We were forbidden to get that push. We were forbidden to get opportunities. So we decided to go out there and take our opportunities every chance we got. Whether it's down there in Orlando or up here in Jacksonville, Florida, whether it's up in Atlanta, Georgia, or way over there in Louisville, Kentucky, we do not care where the opportunity is. We will take our opportunity and we will grab it by the throat and take advantage of everything we are given.
Oh my! So it's serious. I understand. Okay, so that makes sense.
Nino, you've known me. You've known me for 5 years, going on 6 years. You were there when I broke my freaking neck back in 19. You were there when I made my final comeback. I'm not. You know, I have more days behind me than I do in front of me. What I am trying to do is give these hungry talents an opportunity that I wasn't given, an opportunity that I had to take in order for them to thrive in a place I couldn't thrive. I want them to be better than what I was. And that's exactly what Toontown Turmoil is coming to be. You have James Wolfe, the up-and-comer out of Orlando. And unfortunately, Dark Chords will be unable to appear due to prior contractual agreements outside of state. However, never fear.
Okay.
I am taking it upon myself, even though I am still not medically cleared from my neck, to compete against Jose de Gracia and Kobu Hannon in the tag team match this Sunday.
Wait, so you're hold on, let me put on my glasses. Let me read my notes. This wasn't in my notes. So what you're telling me, not in my notes, and you're making a statement right here, is that you, Draven Grimes, will be competing instead of Dark Court. This is unprecedented. This kind of changes the whole dynamic. Does anybody know?
Yeah, the very select few people that know are the ones that are in charge. And the ones that are in charge begged me to compete so I didn't have to break up a TFK tag team match. So even though it's detrimental to my health and my goodwill, I will compete against Jose Gracia, an old friend of mine, and Kobu Hannon this Sunday. You are just damn lucky that me and you are not going to step in the ring this Sunday, because me and you do have some unfinished business from a few years ago.
Wait, do we? Well, this is the first I hear it. I mean, usually people are mad at me and angry at me, but I'm always the last to know. So, I mean, if there's any beef, I mean, can we just squash it? I mean, you seem very angry. There seems to be a lot of rage, and I don't think I quite want any of that right now. You know, I have a lot on my hands. I have to wrestle. Actually, if we're into segues right now, I actually have to wrestle one of your members who is actually right here. Let's bring him on, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'll announce him. I will announce him. Ladies and gentlemen, coming into this interview, the Rican Ripper, the Reaper King of the Forbidden Kingdom, Rip Ruiz.
There he is. Thank you for joining us, Rip Ruiz, my opponent on Sunday. How are you?
You've been doing a lot of talking.
That's right. I like to
Doing a lot of
talk.
talking. That's how I'm doing. That's how I'm doing. I feel like you're doing a lot of talking,
Okay.
and I feel like you really, in your heart of hearts, know the answers to a lot of the questions that you're asking. But for the sake of antagonizing the situation and only making me want to slap that face even harder, this Sunday at Toontown Turmoil, it's gonna be a fight.
It's
And
gonna
that's
be.
how I'm doing.
It's gonna be. But Rip. Okay. Let's back it up. Let's back it up. I mean, honestly, this is the first time. I mean, I know Draven, like he mentioned, 5 years here and there in the locker room. We've crossed paths, but I've never crossed paths with him with this TFK energy. Rip Ruiz, we've crossed paths in the locker room. We've never actually had a match before. So, Rip, and this goes to Rip. Why the anger? I mean, we're two Latin men. All right, let's get that out. Let's just get that out there. All right, we're two Hispanic men. We speak Spanish. We're gonna have a competition. Why the anger? Why the hostility?
It's not anger. It's that you understand the severity of what you're getting yourself into. To piggyback off of what Draven said, when it comes to hunger, when it comes to being someone who in many situations was blatantly denied opportunities that were blatantly his, that he was ready for, myself, eventually you just have to step out on the limb. And unlike your crew, it's not something where we always have to cheat to win every single match. So it's something where I just simply want you to understand and be able to digest. Draven wants the opponents, as far as Kobo Hannon and Jose de Gracia, to understand the severity of what you guys are walking into on Sunday. We want the people to understand the severity of what they are paying to see on Sunday. And it's not something where I'm going to need chairs. I'm going to need to split your head open. I'm going to wrestle circles around you.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Let me piggyback on that. You want to wrestle? Okay. So let's get it out there. Now, I don't know if you saw my last video where I made a little proposition for you. I'm assuming you saw it. I'm assuming that you maybe had time to let it marinate, but I'll bring it up again just in case you missed it. You'll have your group, TFK. You'll have many members. I, as well, have many members with DWY. We kind of, I understand. Look, this is competitive. Professional wrestling is competitive. There's a hierarchy. You know how we men are. There's a pecking order. And I understand where that hostility, where that passion comes from. But we could do this like Roman. We don't need, in my opinion, we don't need to have everybody involved. Okay, Rip? You have your guys, I have my guys. What do you say? We just keep it you versus me. You want to have a wrestling match? You versus me. We keep the boys in the back. They could peek through the curtain. They could give us our congratulations in the back. And we keep it civil. What do you say, Reb? We just keep it civil. We don't need all this schmozzing in the ring. There's too many people. It gets messy.
That's
So what
that's
do you
that's
say?
not a problem at all.
One
Yeah,
Latino to another.
that is
We
a
show them
problem.
what's wrestling.
Let me tell you why it's a problem. Nino, I've known you for many years, and I've known Dylan just as many, and I know you always have something up your sleeve. Do you seriously think I'm going to allow you to cheat my boy out of a well-deserved victory this Sunday?
I'm capable of walking out to the ring, wheeling one of his wheelchair tires, Eddie Guerrero style, baby, just like he did JBL. I'm willing to be on some BS like that this Sunday. I'm willing to be on some of that.
All right, look, as men, I understand, and I understand where it's coming from, Draven. I understand where it's coming from. You've seen it firsthand. But look, all right, again, we're two respectable. I can't even say that word. I'm sorry, but groups. Okay, you got your group. I got my group. We've had variations and successes. I think. I think now more than ever on Sunday at the Town Turmoil, we show the people we could be civil. TFK, y'all had a lot of heat. Y'all done a little shenanigans. I've been watching. You have a little shenanigans here and there, but that's fine. That's the name of the game, right? If you're not cheating, you're not trying. You know, that's how we both get our successes. So I promise. Look, I promise you, Draven. My word is bond that there will be no shenanigans. No shenanigans. I'll have DWI in the back, okay? And they'll never come out no matter what happens. No matter what happens, no, you have my word, okay? That's all I'm saying. I want to see. I've seen Rip. Rip has been champion. He's good. He's great. He's everywhere. I've been looking. I look, especially if it's another Latino, okay? I just want to see what he got. That way, there's absolutely no question who got it. Skill versus skill. That's it. You have my word. DWI will not interfere. They will be in the back. They will be in the back. So what do you say?
Nino, I'll accept these terms, but let me make it very clear to you. You try to screw us, we will end you. We will end you. We will end Dylan. We will end Nick. And we will end any other member you have in the back.
That's Scout's honor. Scout, I understand and I agree. If I cheat, end me. Do it. Game over. I accept. Rip, what do you think? You tell me.
If you're willing to keep to your word, I'll raise the bar.
Okay.
This is the city heavyweight championship. The idea is to defend it in every single city of the state of Florida. So I'll put it on the line if obviously the higher ups will approve it.
Okay.
But we go out there, we have a damn solid championship caliber match between you and I. No shenanigans, like we said.
Mm-mm.
And the winner walks away with a piece of metal.
You know what? That sounds fantastic. You have my word. I agree to the terms. We'll talk to the promoters. We'll see if they approve. But either way, whether if it's a title or not title, the point is I think we go out there We show them what we got. We show them what true professional wrestling is. We put on a show, and may the best man win. Your skill versus my skill. And then after that, you guys go your way, we go our way, and that's it. There's no reason for us to cross paths, honestly, at any point. We're on the same page. But that's what I think. So, on that note, anything else? Let's go with Draven Grimes. I'll give you the last word. Anything else for Sunday? Now that you are filling in for Dark Chords, teaming up with Wolf against Jose de Gracia, Caribbean Kid, and Cole Bohannon. How do you go into this match? You do have the neck thing. Do you play it safe, or do you go all out?
I go into this match the same way I do every match. I go in there and I throw these soup bones. I'm not going to wrestle you. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to punch you. I'm going to kick you. I'm going to headbutt you. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to claw you. I'm going to do anything and everything I have to before I give you dead to rights. And it'll be the 1, 2, 3 like it's always been. And make no bones about it. Make no bones about it. It's like I said before, Jose, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. We've come up together. You actually helped train me in my first year in CWA way back when. And Mr. Cole, I really don't know you from Adam or Eve, but I've been seeing you. I've watched you, and I respect everything you do, but that's not going to stop me from beating you down. So please make this very clear, Nino. My match this Sunday, it's nothing personal with them two. It's just business for me. But please do not make anything personal with the match between you and Rip. I beg you. I will end you. I will end anybody that gets in my way, because one thing about TFK, if you mess with one of us, you're going to get all of us.
Fair enough. Thank you, Draven. And I'll give you the last word on our match. What do you think? How is it going to look on Sunday? Rip Ruiz versus El Nino for the very first time.
Like I said, whether if it's for this or not, at the end of the day, it's about repping this correctly. It's about the Ruiz name and continuing to build that legacy. So when the tape is played back, what they will see is Rip Ruiz is going to wrestle his ass off this Sunday. He's going to put you down, and it's going to be for the 1, 2, 3.
Fair enough. Well, Rip, allow me to retort. So this Sunday, Toontown Turmoil. Again, DWI won't be involved. I know they have in the past. I know you have no reason, absolutely no reason to trust us, but just the word. But here's the thing. This is why I want it this way. Of course, you could have had TFK on ringside. Of course, I could have had DWI at ringside. But what's the point of that? You know? What's the point of that? I respect you, Rip. Okay? I've seen you wrestle. I've seen you grow out throughout the years. You're a competitor. Okay? And I want to know, me personally, when it comes down to it, whether it was a title, no title, I want to know if I could beat you. You look like a young guy. I probably have a couple years. I want to know if I still have it. I want to know one-on-one, because I've been tagging for a while. I want to know one-on-one, can I take you? Can my skill, after all these years, do they go up to par with a young buck like you? I guess we'll see, Rip. And I know you want to put me down 1, 2, 3, or however you want to do it. But I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not going to be easy. Not at all. I'm going to go kicking and screaming. But honestly, at the end of the day, I have a little bit more experience than you. I'm a little bit more conniving. But we could keep it clean. I got no problem with that. But all I got to say is, Rip Ruiz on Sunday, Toontown Turmoil. When you don't have your boys behind you, and I don't have my boys, what's going to happen? I got the weight on you. I got the height on you. I have a little bit more advantage in you off the bat. But I know that doesn't mean anything. You're very smart. You could probably counter stuff, and I'll be ready for it. But I'm confident in myself, Rip. So on Sunday, Toontown Turmoil, Rip Ruiz, you will subscribe. But anyways, thank you, gentlemen, for coming. Thank you for taking the time to joining us. Toontown Turmoil, ladies and gentlemen. We had Draven Grimes and Rip Ruiz this Sunday. I'm actually excited. Apart from my match with Rip, I'm actually excited for that tag team because this was quite a surprise. Wasn't expecting it. I know what you bring to the table, Draven. And I think the whole thing just shifted, honestly. I'll be in the back watching. It's going to be very interesting. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll see you Sunday, Rip. And we'll see what happens. This has been Keeping It Handsome, your guest host, El Nino. Good night.